Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I of course am the FPL Trade, and in this video I'm going to be revealing my team selection ahead of Game Week 2. Man, Game Week 2 already. Feels like 5 minutes ago I did my first draft, but anyway, we're going to be looking at my Game Week 2 team, but before any of that, we're going to look back at Game Week 1 like we always do and see how my team, one, see how my team looks, because obviously people don't know what my team is, and two, obviously, more importantly, how they got on overall. So starting us off, you can already see my bench there. So bench didn't do great, did it? So only one player on my bench started, and that was Robinson. The rest of them did not play at all. Vladmarson of Brentford, obviously he's the backup goalkeeper, so he didn't play. Barco was a big surprise. We all thought he was going to play. It looks like he's going to Seville on loan now, so that's not going to happen. And you know, Tom Cannon, it was a gamble for me personally. Obviously, at the time, Jamie Vardy was out, Daka was out. It looked like, look, they're betting on his strikers. Surely Cannon might come on. But Vardy said, no, I'm fit, I'm playing. So Cannon didn't play at all either. So, bench-wise, it's not the best start. So we're going to start off doing it in bits, and we'll look at my defenders then and my goalkeeper. So my goalkeeper was, in the end, Martinez. It was really a toss-up between the likes of himself, Pope, and Pickford. Now, I'm glad I didn't go for Pickford for obvious reasons, because they got absolutely battered by Brighton. Kind of wish he went for Pope though, because he kept the clean sheet, and obviously he got that 9 points overall, I think it was. I think it was 9 points anyway. Whereas Martinez, I mean, I tell you what, Aston Villa are really unlucky, because they gave away a silly penalty. And apart from that, you know, they looked pretty much in control, Aston Villa, so he should have had, we could have had a clean sheet. He did get a bonus save point, so he ended up with 3 points in the end, but it is frustrating because I watched, you know, I mean, West Ham are a tough side, but Aston Villa did look pretty good. So that is the, you know, the good thing about it, I guess. That West Ham are a good team. It was obviously West Ham, and the fact that they look good going forward, it does look positive at least. With my defenders then, so starting us off, I went for Mikalenko. I mean, oh, God, well, that one didn't go down well. So if anybody did actually watch my last draft, I had Martinez and Man United in. And obviously he got, what was it, 7 points in the end? Got the clean sheet and a bonus point. But I decided not to go through with it because United's defence last season, it didn't really work out, did it? So they got the clean sheet, and in the meantime, you know, Everton got absolutely battered by Brighton. It could have been 4, so it could have been worse. But it ended up just being 3-0 in the end. And, you know, going forward, it didn't look great. So that is probably the first player that I've definitely regret putting in my team so far. So yeah, that's not great. But the other two didn't do too bad then. So Virgil van Dijk went for ahead of Andy Robertson, who did actually start in the end for Liverpool. But I'm definitely happy that I've gone for Van Dijk, just because I know he's going to be playing 90 minutes at least. I mean, you could say, yeah, but Robertson come off after 61 minutes, get that clean sheet, and then Liverpool concede and looks bad. But you know, Van Dijk's good in the air, so yeah, I'm satisfied. At least I've got a Liverpool defender. That is the main thing, because their fixtures are pretty decent to start with. And then finally, that leaves me with Pedro Porro. First game of the season, got a goal, no clean sheet, 9 points though. Happy with that, really happy with that. 5.5 million defender, scoring first game, got a bonus point. I was absolutely buzzing he got the goal. He did go off injured though, he had a knock. I mean, I'll have to double check later to see if Andrews actually gave us an update. I don't think he has. I don't think there's been a press conference just yet. But he did have a knock, but 9 points. Really happy with that. So this is how my midfield ended up then. So starting us off, I did keep Smith Rowe in my team. I was saying it throughout the summer. As soon as he signed for Fulham, I'm having Smith Rowe in my team. Yes, he did blank against United. And yes, he did go off after 63 minutes, which wasn't really ideal. But I'm hoping it's just, you know, to keep getting fit, getting, you know, up to date. Because after that, it does look good for him. Yeah, he did obviously blank against United, which, you know, United is not exactly an easy fixture. I've got Saka there as well. I mean, I can tell you now, I'm absolutely gutted with this one, because not only did he get a goal, he got an assist, he got a clean sheet point, and he did get yellow, but then he got 2 bonus points. So he came with 12 points, and I did say a couple of weeks ago, I'm going to have Saka as my captain because I fancy a midfielder ahead of a striker. That didn't happen, unfortunately. I changed my mind and I put him down as vice-captain. So instead of having 24 points, I only got 12 in the end out of him. So, I mean, I'm happy I've got him, don't get me wrong. Especially the fact like someone like Cole Palmer did blank. But, yeah, that was a bit gutting, to be honest. So, yeah, 12 points for him. Diego Jota, on the other hand, I was buzzing about and I was also frustrated about. Now, the reason why I was frustrated is because Mohamed Salah outscored him. He got a goal and an assist. And I wanted a Liverpool attacker, but I couldn't get Salah in and have a squad that I was happy with. So I went for Diego Jota. Obviously, I was buzzing that he got that first goal. Not as good as, Salah got the assist, but he got the goal. He got the clean sheet point. It was a shame that he did go off after 78 minutes, but, the main thing is Darwin Núñez didn't come on, which is a bonus there. So it looks good for Jota, scoring the goal, and his, main competition didn't come on. I mean, you could say Gakpo, but even he didn't look amazing in that game, but yeah. I'd definitely take that goal. Morgan Gibbs-White was another one of those players that I was going on about having in my team for game week 1. I did go with him in the end. I can't say I was really disappointed in the end. He only got... Well, he didn't get, any return. He did play 90 minutes, which is decent. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I was really hoping he would get something because he is one of my differential plays. He's only 4.5% owned right now. Such good fixtures Forest have got. I was really hoping he would start the season off well. Hopefully that changes soon. But yeah, Gibbs-White unfortunately got me only 2. And then Bruno Fernandes. Jesus Christ, how did he only get 3 points? And that guy had so many chances. I don't know if anyone watched it. He had so many chances against Fulham to score. He should have had a hat-trick in that game. And the fact that he came away with nothing, was so disappointing. Obviously, I was and erring about putting him in. Watching the game, I was like, I'm glad I've put him in. And by the end of the game, I was so frustrated. Like, come on, he should have scored in that game. Hopefully, he can do better next time around. But yeah, that was really frustrating. So, 2 of my midfielders got a return. The other 3 were disappointing. Hopefully, I can do better next week. And so finally, that leads me on to my strikers I had. And it was Isak and Erling Haaland. So, Isak was my captain for game week 1. Frustrating. Obviously, Newcastle got sent off towards the start of the game, which was frustrating in itself. He did at least come away with an assist, so I'll have to tell you that. So he got 10 points off him in the end, but we all expected more against Southampton at St James's Park. I'll just have to take that. And then Erling Haaland, I said I wanted him for game week 1 just because he scored an hat-trick against Chelsea in pre-season, so I'm confident he will score again. He did score again, only the 1 goal this time. And he did get a yellow card, which is a bit frustrating, which meant he only got 2 bonus points in the end, where I do think if he didn't get that yellow card, he would have came with 3. So instead of having, 9, instead of having 7, should I say, he only got, I'm going all over the place here. Instead of having 9, he only got 7 in the end. So, yeah, that was a bit disappointing. So as you can see there, then overall, I did score then 64 points overall, which, look, it's not too bad to be fair. I look at it, and you look at my rank, it's like 2.6 million in the world right now. And to be honest, I'm not too fussed about that. That just means then I got a better chance of getting a green arrow for game week 2. So yeah, that is how my team is currently lined up then. That's how it was for game week 1. So I do have 0.5 million in the bank from that team. Overall, I will say I'm pretty satisfied with most of it. The gambles so far haven't paid off in the likes of Mikalenko, Smith Rowe and Morgan Gibbs-White, but hopefully game week 2 goes much smoother for me. So let's go through my team then ahead of game week 2. So obviously I do have 1 free transfer for this game week and I do have 0.5 million in the bank. So I got some money to play with at least. Now, in terms of what I'm going to do ahead of this game week, I'm hoping that I roll the transfer, if I'm being honest, but it all depends on this injury to Pedro Porro. Still not heard anything from Ange. I've just had another check. So there's no news about his injury. Will he be out long term? Is he out for 1 game week? Or is he absolutely fine? We don't know. So that is the only issue really I've got with my team currently right now. And also I don't have Cole Palmer in, so ideally I'd like him. But so far I want to see maybe a couple more games of Chelsea to see if, it's better with Maresca Palmer, or is it worse? So that's something that I'm looking at as well. But anyways, so goalkeeper wise, you can see that I've gone for Martinez in goal. Now look, I'm not expecting much at all in this game. I mean, another thing to think about is they took 4 points off Arsenal last season. Aston Villa did. So there is that optimism there. But I'm not that confident, if being honest. They are playing at Villa Park, which is an advantage, obviously. But yeah, I'm not going to be shocked if we come into game week 3 and I'm telling you only got 2 points or 1 point or hopefully 3 points. So yeah, that is for the goalkeeper. Obviously, Vladimir is going to be on the bench because, you know, he's not going to play, is he? And you can see there, my back 3. So I have made one change. So Mikalenko has dropped to my bench. Obviously, Barker's on my bench as well, but I don't know if he's actually left yet. But it looks like Barker's going to be gone soon. He's going to be playing for Seville next season on loan. So technically, I'm only going to have 4 defenders. But Mikalenko's got Spurs away. Do I fancy having him in my team when Robinson can come into my team now, who's got Leicester at home? Definitely fancy that. So I'm going to start him with Robinson in my back line. He's got Leicester at home, which is a decent fixture. I mean, Leicester are awful. That first game at Spurs. Second half, though, completely changed. So anything could happen in that game. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk is going to be starting. We've got Brentford at home. It's a nice fixture there. And then Pedro Porro is the big one. I really hope he is fit to play because Everton, they were awful. And I think they'll continue to be awful, in my opinion. And the fact that it's been playing at home for Spurs is an added bonus because I think they could run on riot just like Brighton did. So this is my midfielders then. So I'm going for a 5-man midfield yet again. Obvious reasons because, I mean, to be fair, I like this midfield, if I'm being honest. So Smith Rowe's got Leicester at home. I think he can score in that game, especially if Leicester started, like I've just mentioned before, how they did against Spurs in the last game week. Saka's got Villa, which is going to be a tough game. But, you know, Arsenal are a quality side and Saka's an unbelievable player. So, yeah, he might blank, he might not. It's 50-50 with him, but we'll see how that one goes. So I'm not going to go for, obviously, Cole Palmer this week, like I mentioned before. Even though I could just do a straight swap for Saka for Palmer, but I'm not going to be doing that this game week. Diego Jota's staying in my team. Quality first game week. Brentford at home next game week. I don't see him, you know, not starting, to be honest. So fingers crossed he starts and scores another goal. Gibbs White, really need a good performance here from Gibbs White. Southampton is a great opportunity to score. I really need him to score, like, really, because he's one of those people, not many people have gone for, because he's not excelled to the point where we hope. So, obviously, in terms of assists, he did really well last season, but it's his goals. He's only getting 5 goals a season. We need to push that to 10. So, hopefully, it starts at Southampton at the weekend. And then finally, Bruno Fernandes kicks off the game week in game week 2 against Brighton. It is away from home. Fingers crossed he can finally find the net this time, or at least get an assist. Fingers crossed I would say get a penalty, but he'll probably just give it to Rashford because he feels sorry for him. But hopefully that's not the case and he takes it. I'm hoping for him as well, another big haul as well, because he was also somebody I thought would smash it, but it hasn't quite, even though he did play well. So yeah, I'm happy with midfield. I'm just really hoping they perform this time around. So that does leave me with my strikers, and of course it's going to be the same too. So Callum's going to stay on the bench for obvious reasons. So that leaves me with Isak, who's got Bournemouth away, who is not going to be my captain for this week. But I do expect him to do well, and I hope he does well. But to be fair, Bournemouth had their number on Newcastle last season. So fingers crossed this time around that is not the case. But we'll see how it goes. It is away from home. It's a long travel, so we see how they do. But yeah, Bournemouth away is not the worst fixture. And then obviously Erling Haaland, of course he's starting, and of course he is going to be my captain for this game week. It makes sense. It's Ipswich at home. Ipswich did play well against Liverpool, but maybe it's the fact that it was at home for Ipswich. They had the fans that was buzzing. Maybe they will get pushed back now when they play against Man City at the Etihad. So I expect him to score, I'm not going to lie. That is how my team is then for game week 2. The chances of me making any transfers is all going to be in line to how serious Pedro Porro's injury is. Fingers crossed it's not too bad, but that is my main focus on what's going to happen. If he is fit for game week 1, I will roll that transfer. So, and I hope that does happen. So, yeah, let me know what you think of this team. Let me know what your team is ahead of game week 2. Please don't forget to like this video, hit subscribe, and I'll see you all on the next one.